Hello everyone, welcome to the daily newspaper analysis brought to you by Shankar IAS Academy, 18th April 2025. Displayed here are the list of topics for the discussion today. The first topic, K218b, it's an exoplanet located outside the solar system. We'll be discussing the basic features about this planet, and we'll also discuss a recent study about this planet. And the next article, India Justice Report 2025, and in this topic we'll be discussing what are the key findings from this in India Justice Report 2025. And the third topic, Rishikesh-Karnaprayag rail link project. In this topic, we'll be discussing what is the features about this rail link project and what will be the benefits of this. And the next topic, the language Urdu. In this topic, we'll be discussing the history of the Urdu language, its constitutional status, and what is the current controversy about this Urdu language. So without much delay, let's get into the discussion with the first article. Before getting into the discussion, there is an important announcement from the Shankar IAS Academy. Shankar IAS Academy's All India Mock Test UPSC Prelims will be held in the following days, and the timings is also mentioned here. Do register from the website and take the test and crack the prelims. So without much delay, let's begin our discussion with the first article. Scientists find strongest evidence yet of life on an alien planet. The article is taken from Hindu. Why it is in the news? Researchers using the James Webb telescope recently detected possible biosignature gases in the atmosphere of the exoplanet K218b, and this study is hinting a presence of a microbial life in the planet K218b. So the two gases discovered in the study are dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide. And in the 2019 itself, the James Webb telescope suggested that there may be a presence of these two gases in the planet K218b, but now we confirmed that these two gases are present in the K218b. And you have to know that these two gases, that is dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide, in the case of Earth, these two gases are produced during biological activity by the marine organisms known as phytoplanktons. But now we found the same gases, and that too in a higher level, in a high quantity, in the case of K218b, which is strongly suggesting that there may be a biological activity happening in the planet K218b. So coming to the UPSC relevance of this topic, you can expect questions related to the space technology, astronomy under the topic general science in the prelims. So now we are going to see about the planet, some basic features about the planet K218b. So it's an exoplanet which is located outside the solar system, and this planet is discovered in the year 2009 by the Kepler Space Telescope. And what makes this planet more special? So the studies suggest that this planet has a chance that there is an existence of liquid water on the surface. And coming to the location of this planet, it is located in the Leo constellation, and it is around 124 light years away from the Earth, and it is orbiting a red dwarf star known as K218. And coming to the size and the mass, so based on the size, it is classified as a sub-Neptune planet, because the radius of this planet is 2.6 times greater than the Earth, and its mass is 8.6 times greater than the Earth. And like I mentioned, its planet type, it is classified as sub-Neptune planet because it is larger than Earth, but it is smaller than Neptune. So now we will see the recent findings. So the atmospheric composition. So the scientists, they found that the existence of two gases, that is dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide, and that too their concentration is much higher than in the case of Earth. For example, it is above 10 parts per million. And in the case of Earth, this dimethyl sulfide is around 4 to 100 parts per trillion, and the dimethyl disulfide is around 4 to 200 parts per billion. So you can see that in the case of K218b, the concentration of the dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide is much higher than in the case of Earth. And these two gases are primarily produced during biological activity. In the case of Earth, like I mentioned, it is produced by marine phytoplanktons. And how astronomers studied this atmosphere of this K218b, they used a method known as transit method. So here you can see the picture of the K218b orbiting its host star known as K218, a red dwarf star, right? So how this transit method will work? So in the transit method, the astronomers will study the light of the will study the light spectrum of the planet to understand about its atmosphere. For example, imagine that this is the host star and this is the planet. So this planet will be orbiting this host star. So what happens is that in some time, in a particular time, this planet will block the light from the host star. So what happens that time? This planet is literally behaving like a prism. So this time the astronomers will study the the light spectrum in the atmosphere of this planet to understand about the composition and other factors relating to the atmosphere of this planet. So that is how the transit method is working. So here also the astronomers used the transit method to study the to understand the atmosphere of the exoplanet K218b. So coming to the previous studies, so you can see that this planet is discovered in the year 2009. So since 2009 the studies are going on, and the James Webb telescope, recently before that it detected the presence of methane and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere of the K218b, marking the first discovery of a carbon based molecules in an exoplanet's habitable zone atmosphere. So now we will see some of the basic features about the James Webb telescope. So James Webb telescope, it is launched in December 2021, and it is a joint project of three space agencies known as NASA, European Space Agency, and the Canadian Space Agency. And it is the largest and the most powerful infrared space telescope. It is using infrared because the infrared has a capacity to break through the obstacles and take clear pictures about the celestial bodies and other astronomical phenomena. And it is positioned in the Lagrangian point 2. We already discussed what is this Lagrangian point in our previous videos. It is a point where the gravitational force from the two celestial bodies will be equal, and this James Webb telescope is located in Lagrangian point 2. And what is the objective of this James Webb telescope? To study star, study the formation of galaxy and exoplanets and its atmosphere, understanding the origin of universe. So in another sense, we can say that this James Webb telescope is looking into the past. So in this topic, we discussed the basic features about the K218b, an exoplanet located outside the solar system, its basic features, and then we discussed the recent findings about the K218b, and then we discussed the James Webb telescope and its basic features. So based on our discussion, try to answer this prelims practice question. The question is, consider the following statements regarding K218b. It is an exoplanet located in the Leo constellation. And statement 2, its atmosphere has a presence of methane and carbon dioxide. And statement 3, it is orbiting K218, a red dwarf planet. Which of the above statements is or are correct? Option A, 1 and 2 only. Option B, 1 and 3 only. Option C, 2 and 3 only. And option D, 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. The statement 3 is incorrect. It is orbiting a K218. It is not a red dwarf planet. It is a red dwarf star. So the third statement is incorrect. 1 and 2, the statements are correct. Therefore, the answer is option A. So with this, we will move to the next article. India Justice Report 2025. Not a single state or union territory meets their own reserved quotas for women in the police force. The article is taken from Hindu. What is this article? This news article is talking about a new report known as India Justice Report 2025, and it is released by the Tata Trust. And this report found that not even a single state or a union territory in India has met their own reserved quota for women in the police force. So what is the UPSC relevance of this topic? You can often see questions related to new reports in the UPSC prelims. Mostly they will ask which organizations or which ministry will be releasing this report. So this report also has a national importance. Therefore, you can expect questions related to this type of reports under the topic current events of national importance in the prelims. So coming to the India Justice Report 2025, it is the only report which ranks the states based on their efficiency to deliver justice, and it is released annually. And it is an initiative of the Tata Trust, and in this initiative, the Tata Trust will be supported by various civil society organizations and data partners. And what are the key indicators used for the preparation of this report? The key indicators includes the police, judiciary, prison management, and legal services. And coming to the positive findings about from this report, first is the southern states are leading. That means the 5 southern states: Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. They are performing very good in policing, just delivering justice and prison management. And the second positive finding is Bihar's women representation in the police. That means the Bihar has the highest share of women in its state police force among other states. And the next is top performers in the large and medium-sized states. Here also the southern states are dominating, and they have the top rankings in large and the medium-sized states. And coming to the best small states, this score is going to the state of Sikkim, and they emerged. The Sikkim emerged as the best performer among the small states in delivering justice, while the state of Goa is lagging behind. And the next is improvement in the Telangana, that is comparing with the previous status. Currently, the Telangana showed a significant improvement in their policing, delivering justice. In the previous report, their rank was 11, and now it is third. And the next is police improvement in the state of Bihar. That is, Bihar demonstrated the most improvement in the police-related metrics from the year 2022 to 2025. And the next is prison management in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu continues to lead in the prison management with increased budget allocation and 100% utilization of the budget properly. And the next is development in a new technology, that is prison video conferencing. That is, over 86% of the prisons now have video conferencing facilities for trials. So this has two benefits. That means this type of new technology will help the courts to reduce the burden, the case burden. And the next is recently you might have heard about the Tahavur Rana's case. So in that kind of sensitive cases, the criminals or the conspirators will be presented before the magistrate through this video conference only, considering their safety. So this prison video conferencing technology is very important to reduce the case burden and also to deal with the sensitive issues. So coming to the negative findings, some of the negative findings, the first major concern is the reserved quota cap. Like I mentioned in the beginning, no states or the union territory in India has met their own reserved quota for the women in the police force. Recently, we heard about this Naviga Sagar Parikrama, the global navigation mission of the Indian Navy, and that is led by women. So we need such type of initiatives to encourage the women participation in the police force as well. So therefore, it is high time to take such initiatives in the police force as well. And the next is the infrastructure gap. That is, 17% of the police stations in India lacks CCTV facility. And this can lead to various issues like custodial torture and such issues. And the next is 30%. That is 3 out of 10 police stations do not have a women help desk. So we have to make the police force and the more gender inclusive. For that, we need women representation. So therefore, it is a high time to bridge or to reduce this reserved quota gap. And at the same time, we have to establish stronger women help desk in every police station. So this is very important to make the justice more gender inclusive. And the next is the police population ratio. See, the sanctioned strength is 197.5, but currently the national ratio is remaining at 155 police personnel per 1 lakh population, so which is below the sanctioned strength of 197.5. And the next is the under trial issue. That is, 91% of the prisoners in Delhi prison are consist of under trials. That means they are waiting for their trial. They don't know where they are just accused of the crime. They are waiting for their trial. And so this is typically violating the fundamental rights of the people. And the next is the prison overcrowding. That is, 176 prisons in India are currently operating over 200 capacity. That is double their actual capacity. So this is another issue. So therefore, the negative findings are reserved quota gap. That means no women, no states in India has filled their own reserved quota for women in the police force. The next is the infrastructure gap, and the next is police population ratio, which is much lower than the sanctioned strength of 197.5. And the next is the under trial issue. That is, 91% of the prisoners in the Delhi prison are belonging to the category of under trial. That means they are waiting for their trial. And the next is the overcrowding prison. So these are the major issues found by the India Justice Report 2025. And remember, this report is released by Tata Trust along with the support of various civil societies. So now we will see a prelims practice question. The question is, the India Justice Report is released by which of the following? Option A, Ministry of Law. Option B, Ministry of Social Justice. Option C, Tata Trust. And option D, World Economic Forum. See, the correct answer is option C, Tata Trust. So with this, we will move to the next article. Rishikesh-Karnaprayag rail link project. Vaishnav witnesses breakthrough of longest rail tunnel in Uttarakhand. Why it is in the news? Recently, the railway minister observed the completion of Tunnel 8 of the that is India's longest rail tunnel, and it is located between Devprayag and Janasu, and it is a part of Rishikesh-Karnaprayag rail link project in the state of Uttarakhand. So let us discuss more about this project from the prelims point of view. So Rishikesh-Karnaprayag rail link project. So it is India's longest transport tunnel, set to surpass existing rail and road tunnels in Jammu and Kashmir and in the state of Himachal. And the completion is expected to be between 2026 and 2027. And the agency leading this project is Rail Vikas Nigam Limited, a public enterprise under the Ministry of Railways. And what is the technology used for drilling this tunnel? The technology is a German-made tunnel boring machine named Shakti, is used for drilling tunnels through the difficult terrain. So, what is the purpose and the scope of this project? First is increasing accessibility to the Chardham pilgrimage. We know that Yamunotri, Gangotri, Badrinath, and Kedarnath, the four important pilgrim centers in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Therefore, this project is expected to increase accessibility to the following Chardham pilgrim regions in the state of Uttar Pradesh. So here in this picture, you can see the Rishikesh-Karnaprayag, and this railing project is expected to increase accessibility to the Chardham, that is Yamunotri, Gangotri, and Kedarnath and Badrinath, these four pilgrim centers. And you can see that this is located 3 kilometers above. All the regions are located above 3 kilometers above the sea level, and you can imagine the altitude. So therefore, this project will increase accessibility to this Chardham pilgrimage soon. Coming to the railway line, it is approximately 125.20 kilometers long with 12 stations, 35 bridges, and 17 tunnels. And the key tunnel, like I mentioned, the tunnel 8, which is 15.1 kilometer connecting Devprayag and Lechmoli. So coming to the strategic importance of this project, first is geostrategic objective, that is, it's a part of border effort to develop infrastructure along the India-China border. We know that the China, they are also doing infrastructure development in their border region. Now it is a time for India. And the next is project is monitored using the Pragati portal. What is Pragati portal? Pragati portal means proactive governance and timely implementation. So this portal is launched to track the mega project, the development of mega projects in India, and this portal is developed by the National Informatics Center. So in this topic, we discussed what is the Rishikesh-Karnaprayag railing projects, its benefits. And based on our discussion, try to answer this prelims practice question. The question is, consider the following statements regarding Pragati portal. It is a government initiative designed to ensure effective and timely implementation of major projects. Statement 2, it is developed by the National Informatics Center under the Ministry of Information and Technology. Which of the above statements are incorrect? Option A, 1 only, option B, 2 only, option C, both 1 and 2, and option D, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D. We know that it is the full form is proactive governance and timely implementation. This portal is launched to track the effective implementation of the government projects, the mega government projects, and it is developed by the National Informatics Center under the Ministry of Information and Technology. So both statements are correct. Therefore, the correct option is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Both statements are correct. None of them are incorrect. So the correct option is option D, neither 1 nor 2. So with this, we will move to the next topic. Urdu is a finest specimen of composite cultural ethos of India, says Supreme Court. Why it is in the news, or what is this news article? Recently, the Supreme Court upheld the use of Urdu language on a municipal signboard in the Maharashtra's Akola district, declaring that the language should unite the people, should not divide the people. So coming to the UPSC relevance of this topic, you can expect questions related to religion, language, and other cultural features of India under the topic history and the culture of India in the UPSC prelims. So let us discuss more about Urdu and this article from the prelims point of view. So coming to the Urdu, if you go back to the time, you can see that this language is emerged in the northern part of India, especially around the 12th century CE, and this belongs to the Indo-Aryan language family. And coming to the constitutional status of the Urdu language, it is listed in the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution, and you can see that some states in India even adopted Urdu as their second official language. And you can see that the Article 345 of the Indian Constitution allows the state legislatures to adopt one or more than one languages as their official language, including Hindi if they want to. So that's why here the court observed it is right, because we can see that the Urdu, it is enlisted in the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution. That's why we can use the Urdu language in the signboards or in the official documents of the public authorities. And coming to the similarities between the Hindi and the Urdu, you can see that there is a common structure between these two languages. That means they use a similar syntax, grammar, and phonology, while there is a difference in the script. So here you can see the picture. So here the Hindi, it is written using Devanagari script, while the Urdu is written using Nastali script. So that is the difference between Hindi and the Urdu. And coming to the vocabulary exchange, over a period of time, Urdu became more Persianized and Hindi became more Sanskritized. That is because of the changes in the social dynamics of different points of the history. But at the same time, we can see that Urdu incorporates many words from many Indian languages, including Sanskrit too. So coming to the current controversy, like I mentioned, over a period of time, Hindi became more Sanskritized, while Urdu became more Persianized, and this became, this paved way for, religious polarization in the society, and that's why the Supreme Court, observed this. First is misassociation, that is framing Hindi as a Hindu and Urdu as a Muslim, undermining the unity and the brotherhood of the India. Supreme Court observed this. The next is the court also observed that the language is a means of communication and that should not be tied with any religion, any particular religion. And the next is cultural significance. That means the language reflects the civilizational progress of a community. And therefore, we are so proud to say that India is a unity in diversity. We are a rich salad bowl. And we have to see the society in that sense. And therefore, any identity, any symbol, any language should not be tied with any particular community, and that should not be used for religious or any kind of polarization in the society. And the Supreme Court observed all this. So in this topic, we discussed Urdu, its constitutional status, and the observation of the Supreme Court regarding this language. So based on our discussion, try to answer this prelims practice question. The question is: consider the following statements regarding Urdu. It is emerged during the 12th century and belongs to the Indo-Aryan language group. And the statement 2, it uses Devanagari script. Statement 3, it is strongly influenced by Turkish. Which of the above statements are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 and 3 only. Option C, 1 and 3 only. And option D, 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Because it originated around the 12th century CE and belongs to the Indo-Aryan language family. That is correct. And it uses Devanagari script. No, Hindi uses Devanagari script. Urdu uses Nastali script. Therefore, this statement is incorrect. And the statement 3, it is strongly influenced by Turkish. No, it is strongly influenced by Persian, not Turkish. Therefore, the correct answer is option A, 1 only. Statement 2 and statement 3 are incorrect. Yes, the correct answer is option A, 1 only. So with this, we will move to the next article. With this, we are coming to the conclusion for today's newspaper analysis. If you like the video, hit the like button, give your feedbacks as comments, and share this content with your friends. And before leaving this channel, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell icon to receive on-time update from Shankar IAS Academy. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day.